Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing some huge price potential for 𝗲𝗓. This is a cryptocurrency that's been around for a while. You may have heard of it, and if you haven't yet invested, I think you potentially are missing an opportunity. But again, it's just my opinion. As I get into today's video, we are going to be discussing the technical analysis and huge price predictions for 𝗲𝗓. As I get into it, smash a like button if you're new, subscribe, and guys, let's get right down into it. Okay, before we discuss 𝗲𝗓, we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum and how these are going to be leading the next big run to the upside. And as a result, the entire crypto market will balloon up together. So we're going to discuss, Bitcoin's current market cap at $1.198 trillion. This is pretty significant. A few years ago, a lot of people didn't believe that Bitcoin was going to reach $500 billion, let alone reaching 500 billion, let alone 1 trillion, and so forth. We've seen exponential growth over the years for BTC. The Bitcoin spot ETFs have helped push Bitcoin to heights that a lot of people just simply didn't believe were technically possible. And unfortunately for the crypto market, obviously we haven't seen a lot of that money rolling out of Bitcoin into these altcoins, at least not yet. And I do think in due course we're going to see a lot more money flowing into Bitcoin and Ethereum during the spot ETF era, but also we're going to see a lot of new people kind of coming into, new demand coming into the crypto space, and as such we're going to see the altcoins really get a good significant surge to the upside, what we haven't seen just yet. Everything so far has been kind of mediocre at best, but Bitcoin here, as we can see, $1.198 trillion. Now, I do want to focus in on some Bitcoin price predictions. A lot of people kind of speculate on the idea that Bitcoin's going to $100,000, $200,000, and $500,000, $1 million, and so forth, right? And well, if we had a $250,000 BTC, that would put the market cap at $4.9 trillion, a 4.1x from its current position. Okay, if we were to see $500,000, that would be a $9.8 trillion market cap and 8.2x from its current position. And a lot of people who kind of say, 𝗲𝗓 is dead or it can't do what it did before, it's never going up to a new all-time high. They also, in the same breath, believe that Bitcoin's going to $250,000, $300,000, $500,000. Okay, and so you can't have one without the other. Okay, there are some solid projects in the crypto space. 𝗲𝗓 is one of them, and they've been building out pretty solidly for years. There have been a few issues and bumps in the road, as many projects have had. Ethereum is no exception to this, nor is Bitcoin. Okay, it's important to understand that the path to success is usually paved with hazards and dangers, and for the most part 𝗲𝗓 has navigated reasonably well, in my opinion. So if we were to see Bitcoin reach $500,000 and see a $9.8 trillion market cap, what do you think the market cap would be for 𝗲𝗓? We'll get to that in a moment. But let's discuss a little bit around Ethereum. Now, Ethereum obviously hasn't had its ETF just yet. This is, of course, pre-recorded, and at the point of recording, we're hovering around $3,373 for Ethereum. Now, there is a market cap of $405 billion in market cap for Ethereum, and again, there's some pretty crazy price predictions when we see that ETF go live for Ether. $15,000 is on the low side, which will put a $1.8 trillion market cap, a 4.4x from its current position. If we were to see $20,000 ETH, that's going to be a $2.4 trillion market cap, a 5.9x from its current position. If we go even higher at $25,000, that's a $3 trillion market cap for Ethereum, a 7.4x from its current position. Some people even say $30,000 is realistic, a 3.6 trillion market, 8.9x from its current position. Okay, so depending on where you kind of sit on the spectrum here, you've obviously landed on this video, you're interested and curious about altcoins, 𝗲𝗓, and maybe cropped up on your research. Maybe you're remembering 𝗲𝗓 from the glory days of 2021, and you're thinking this might be a great opportunity to be building those positions ahead of where you think things are going next. The question becomes, how high do you think 𝗲𝗓's market cap can go if we see Bitcoin at $500,000 or Ethereum at $30,000, right? These kind of market valuations or market caps at $9.8 and $3.6 trillion would mean a pretty remarkable price surge potentially here for 𝗲𝗓 and for the rest of the crypto market as well. Current market cap for 𝗲𝗓 is at $202 million. It's pretty phenomenally low. The supply, though, is of course quite high at 14 billion in terms of circulating supply. So let's go ahead and jump into the charts here for Harmony One and discuss where we think things could potentially be going next. This is Harmony One paired up with USDT. We are on the 1 week Binance chart here for Harmony One. We've seen great growth in the previous bullish market when it came to the one token, right? We saw great growth here where we had 32,000% in gains. Okay, now if we were to mirror something very similar, that's going to put you up here at $2.71 to $10.58. This is incredibly unrealistic unless something fundamentally shifts and changes with Harmony One from a fundamental level. Ultimately, though, it's an interesting kind of scope to have the idea that if the entire crypto market does get mass adoption and there is just money thrown at crypto just left, right, and center in the same way that we saw with the kind of .com era, then it's possible that maybe that a load of money just flows into Harmony One for those reasons alone. But for the most part, I think it's more realistic to focus in on this area just here. This is the 0.618 fib level to the 0.786 fib level. And essentially, this puts the price prediction between 29.9 and 78.8. And it's those numbers that I'm going to use in today's calculations. Okay, so if we go ahead and bring back our spreadsheet here and we start plumbing in some of these numbers, specifically we're going to start at the 0.299. That's going to give us a market cap of $4.1 billion. And that's an astonishing 20.7x from its current position. Okay, so one thing that we need to understand here is that the previous all-time high would essentially be around this area. If we take a look back at the chart, you can see that the previous all-time high was up here at 38 cents. Okay, so 29.9 is actually less than where it was previously. Very important that we understand that. And if we were to kind of crank this up to the next level, where would that market cap go next, right? Let's go ahead and type in 0.485, which would basically be that little bit short from the 786 area. This would give us a $6.7 billion market cap, a 33.5x on its current position. Okay, what I want to kind of really urge everyone here is to understand the relationship between where Harmony One is now in terms of market cap and where Ethereum is now from market cap. That number is quite interesting to kind of delve into. And the number of what's going on here as well isn't actually that different. If we go ahead and divide this by this, so Harmony One's market cap by Ethereum's market cap, we can see that things do change a little bit over time. Let me go ahead and throw these into percentages and crank up those levels. You can see here how the market cap currently sits at 5% of Ethereum. Okay, and going forward, if we were to see a 49-cent Harmony One token, it would actually put us at 0.18%. Okay, so you can see how it's really kind of growing a little bit there, but it's not astronomically out of kilter. It's a little bit there, but it's not necessarily fully out of sync. Now, if we were to see the higher level at 78 cent, what would that do? Well, 78 cent would be a pretty phenomenal price prediction for Harmony One. It would basically be a $10.9 billion market cap, a 53.9x on its current position. Now, do I think this is highly likely? Probably not, but I think it's going to be a bit of a stretch target. It does put us more out of sync of where the relationships are for Harmony One versus Ethereum today versus where it would be in the future if this were to be fruition. It would put us at basically 0.3% rather than the 0.05% that we were previously. So it's an interesting take, right? We want to kind of get an idea as to kind of where we think Harmony One could go. One of the things that's quite clear to me is the number of X's that Harmony One could potentially do with really minor moves in terms of its price prediction is actually quite phenomenal. We could see some pretty significant growth for Harmony One without actually really pushing the boat out too far. And that in itself is a huge opportunity in my opinion. But let me know what your price predictions are for Harmony One, Bitcoin and Ethereum in the comments below. Do you think Harmony One is worth a play or maybe not? And if you have found today's video useful and informative, smash that like button. If you're new, subscribe. And if you haven't done so yet, check this video out and stay well informed in the crypto space.